Hello, beautiful family. Welcome back to another powerful, thought-provoking and unfiltered episode of Meghan and Harry Tales, the home of truth, love and unapologetic realness in the age of media spin and royal hypocrisy. I am your loyal host, Adrian, and today we are cracking open a story so absurd, so layered in contradiction, that it might just leave your jaw on the floor. Are we witnessing the dawn of a royal reconciliation? Are peace talks really happening between Prince Harry and King Charles? Or is this just another smoke and mirrors performance, carefully orchestrated by the same machine that has waged war on Harry and Meghan for years? A circus of royal spin leaking secret meetings and whispers of betrayal, all dressed up as family unity. But we see through it because family. Let's be clear. True peace is not born out of manipulation. It's not offered with conditions. It's not real if the cost is sacrificing the very wife and children Harry has sworn to protect. This isn't a Netflix drama, this is real life, and real lives are at stake. As always, before we dive in, please do me the honour of hitting that subscribe button, liking this video, and sharing it far and wide with fellow truth seekers. Together we are building a community that refuses to be lied to, and let us remember the timeless wisdom of Psalm 34:14. Turn from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. But hear me clearly, family, that peace must be genuine, rooted in justice and free of hidden agendas. Now take a deep breath, because what we're about to unpack is wild, revealing and absolutely necessary. Let's get into it. So, my family, let's begin where the media circus wants us to believe the fairy tale starts with whispers of a so-called secret peace summit between King Charles's senior aides and Prince Harry's team. Oh yes, cue the dramatic music and the royal smoke machine. At first glance it sounds promising, doesn't it? A peace summit, how noble, how diplomatic. But let's not be fooled, not even for a second, because the first question we must boldly ask is, who leaked this, and why now? The same media houses that have vilified Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for over half a decade, the same outlets that orchestrated headline after headline of cruelty and character assassination. Now they want to sell us a glossy tale of family unity and quiet reconciliation. Give me a royal break. This isn't about healing. This isn't about bridging gaps or mending hearts. This is a PR strategy. Plain and simple, an attempt to rebrand Charles as the father who tried, even while he keeps the doors of Buckingham Palace locked and the hearts of the firm colder than the London fog. This is what I call damage control in designer robes. Let's be very clear, family. Real peace doesn't happen in secret meetings between secretaries behind velvet curtains. It happens when father and son look each other in the eye, acknowledge the pain, take accountability and speak from the heart. No aides, no leaks, no press briefings, just love, truth and healing. But here's the twisted part, and I want you to catch this. King Charles, the monarch who has spent decades allowing his courtiers and tabloids to leak, spin and distort stories about his own son, is now terrified that Prince Harry will leak the contents of a private conversation. Let that sink in. The king of palace briefings, the emperor of controlled narratives, the man who allegedly authorized media attacks against his own daughter-in-law to protect others in the hierarchy. He's now worried about leaks. Oh, the irony, my family. It's thicker than the royal family's silence during moments that demanded moral clarity. So what we are seeing here is not a move toward true reconciliation. It's not humility. It's not repentance. It's a palace trying to shift the story to paint Harry once again as the ungrateful, leaky outsider and Charles as the weary, loving father doing his best. But we know better, and we will keep calling it out, because truth doesn't need secrecy, and love doesn't come with terms and conditions. Now, my beautiful family, let's talk about the Circus of Delusion that unfolded the moment the so-called peace talks hit the headlines. The trolls, oh yes, the troll parade wasted no time crawling out of their digital dungeons. Like moths to a flame, they flooded the comment sections across social media, shouting their tired, recycled fantasy. Harry and Meghan are divorcing. Can you believe it? We even saw it right here on our own Meghan and Harry Tales channel. Someone gleefully suggesting that a reconciliation between Charles and Harry must mean Meghan is getting the boot. Imagine the level of delusion it takes to twist a simple conversation into a marriage collapse. It's exhausting, but it's also revealing. You see, this isn't just gossip. This is wishful thinking from the same bitter crowd who have hated the Sussexes from day one. The people who can't stand seeing Harry happy, successful, and most of all free. These are people who worship the institution and foam at the mouth every time Harry refuses to bow before it. But family, let me remind you, Prince Harry has already addressed this nonsense in a powerful, calm and classy interview with Andrew Rossin of the New York Times. Harry shut the trolls down in the most Harry way possible. He said, and I quote, that he actually feels sorry for the trolls whose hopes are built up over and over again by tabloids, only to come crashing down every time. He joked that according to the media, he and Meghan have moved house 12 times and divorced another dozen. That's how absurd it's gotten. And Harry, ever the gentleman, just shrugs it off with grace and good humour. You see, that is our King Harry. Not a prince in need of saving, not a rebel in retreat, but a husband and father, unwavering, loyal and anchored in truth. No matter how loud the trolls get, no matter how many headlines are printed, Harry stands tall beside Meghan. And let's be clear, this man crossed oceans and gave up palaces for his wife and children. What makes these people think he'd trade his peace for proximity to the people who tried to destroy it? And isn't it sad, family? How the only thing that gives these trolls hope is the downfall of a love they could never understand. A love rooted in choice, sacrifice and faith. So yes, let them dream, let them foam, let them write their imaginary fan fiction. Because while they're busy building castles of lies, Harry and Meghan are building legacy, wealth and generational change. That's the real story here, and no troll can rewrite it. Let's be real. Harry's goal isn't a return to the royal family, it's safety. He wants security for Meghan, Archie and Lilibet. That's what this entire push is about. And the one person who has the power to make that happen, King Charles. The same man who stripped Harry and Meghan of their security after forcing them out. All Harry wants is to make sure his children and wife are safe. That's not betrayal, that's fatherhood, that's love, that's leadership. And I fully support him. But here's the twisted part. The monarchy's version of peace comes at a steep price. They want Harry back, but only if he dumps Meghan and the kids. Only if he comes crawling with a tail between his legs, only if he gives up his Netflix deals, his financial independence and his dignity. That's not reconciliation, that's manipulation. But Harry, being the man of integrity he is, would never abandon his family. Never. Not for Charles, not for William, not for anyone, because real men don't leave their wives and kids for a castle. Let's not forget the clowns in this circus, the carnival of so-called royal experts. On GB News, one expert boldly asked how Harry can ever return while still married to Meghan. The audacity! Another claimed Harry and Meghan failed in Hollywood and are crawling back to the UK. The delusion! But here's what they're really upset about: success. Despite everything, Harry and Meghan are thriving. Netflix loves them. Archewell is doing great. They are still the most talked about royals, even while living in the US. That's what eats them alive. It's not failure, it's survival. And then there's William. Let's talk about Angry Bill for a moment. The smear campaign against Harry and Meghan has benefited him the most. He doesn't want peace because peace means accountability. And William has a lot to answer for. He's perfectly happy watching the media tear down his brother, wife and kids as long as it keeps his own failures off the front pages. But the funny thing, despite all that, William is still unpopular, still wooden, still boring and still in Harry's shadow. Oh, and let's talk leaks. The palace has spent years leaking stories to the tabloids. Don't take my word for it. Robert Jobson, yes, one of their own carnival of experts, confirmed it. He said Kensington Palace was leaking negative stories about Harry and Meghan, and yet they have the nerve to say Harry is the untrustworthy one. Please. When Harry and Meghan speak, they speak with their faces and names on record. No anonymous sources, no shady back channels. They speak truth. Here's the truth the monarchy and media don't want you to hear. Harry and Meghan's very existence is a threat to the royal system. They are proof that royals don't need titles or taxpayer funding to be powerful. They are proof that independence works, that love wins, that dignity matters. That's why the attacks never stop, because Harry and Meghan exposed the system, and now the system is terrified. So, my beautiful family, what have we learned today? We've learned that peace talks may be on the table, but they are tainted by pride, press manipulation, and cruel expectations. We've learned that Harry isn't crawling back. He's standing tall. We've learned that Meghan is still the diamond they couldn't dull, the woman who turned pain into purpose. We stand with Harry. We stand with Meghan. We stand for truth, love and justice. To King Charles, William and the rest of the royal firm, end the campaign of hate. Apologise. Make peace for real. Until then, we will keep raising our voices. To our subscribers, new and old, thank you. Your support is the wind beneath our wings. Please continue liking, commenting and sharing our videos. This is Meghan and Harry Tales. I am Adrian. Love you all forever and may God bless you. Love always wins.